Dwyane Wade warns NFL about Shedeur Sanders as Colorado QB faces heat after draft news. Growing up in the shadow of a legend brings pressures that never fully dissipate. Just ask Bronny James. He spent the last year under a microscope, every move criticized until his father, LeBron, finally clapped back at Stephen A. Smith. Now, the NFL seems to have its own version of this storm. Shedeur Sanders, the son of Dwyane Prime Sanders, is the next target. He's not just a college quarterback. He's the son of swagger itself. One time, scouts ranked Sanders among the top 2 QBs in this class. Yet whispers of a self-directed draft strategy sparked skepticism. Now, after tempering his approach and letting tape speak for itself, he teeters on the precipice of round 2. According to NFL insider Albert Breer, Sanders has been more modest in conversations with teams over the past few weeks, showing maturity and letting his game do the talking. For now, NBA legend Dwyane Wade shared his 2 cents on the situation. Wade had plenty to say about everything on the timeout. He opened up the conversation by defending Shedeur's confidence, saying people call it arrogance only because he's Dion's son. He even criticized the narrative that is being set up around Shedeur. I know the NFL does that, but as a fan, I don't like the way they're trying to pull. Furthermore, he warned, because he's going to hit you with this, if you don't want your organization to be changed around, don't draft me. Well, it seems for now, Shedeur has reigned in this attitude. The Giants have stayed interested and could grab him with the number 3 pick. But if they pass, things get uncertain. Outside of a few teams like the Saints and Steelers, the demand for a first-round quarterback isn't strong. That means Sanders could fall further than expected, possibly into the 2nd round. This is despite being one of the most intriguing prospects in the draft. Wade believes the flack Shedeur gets is unfair. They've been trying to mix them in together, and it's separate, he said. Confidence, in Wade's eyes, is essential for a quarterback. He added, all I've seen him do is win and learn and take teams in places. For Wade, Shedeur is the type of player who thrives in pressure and makes the right plays when it counts. The cream is going to rise to the top, and that kid knows how to play the game of football. It seems throughout all the criticisms, Wade is in support of Shedeur. The 2023 Hall of Famer is looking forward to him following his old man's path. Bottom line, NFL decision-makers prize quarterback poise and transparency over pedigree alone. If Sanders lands in round 2, it won't reflect a lack of arm talent, but rather the league's premium on adaptability. Teams seeking a transformational leader must weigh swagger against substance, and only the latter lasts in pro football. Prime time stands strong for Shedeur Sanders amid NFL draft criticism. Deion Sanders has faced his fair share of criticism throughout his legendary career. However, he never let it break him, and now, he's standing firm for his sons, especially Shedeur. The NFL Hall of Famer, who's seen both success on the field and off as a two-sport star, acknowledges the intense pressure his sons face. He says, "You've got to understand, when that last name is on your back, you're going to be attacked and ridiculed by naysayers." Deion made it clear that, unlike his own draft experience, where he had the luxury of choosing his destination, Shedeur doesn't have that option. But Shedeur, with his calm demeanor, isn't bothered by the outside noise. "One thing I learned is to not really care about anybody's opinion but those around us who matter," he explained, showing his resilience. Raised in an environment where pressure is constant, Shedeur is ready to handle anything that comes his way. The criticism around Shedeur's confidence, especially his braggadocio, hasn't gone unnoticed by Deion. He defended his son, recalling the days when he would sprint a 4.27-second 40-yard dash at the combine, saying, "I don't know what they expect from my kids. They're daddy's sons, man." This bold confidence, inherited from his father, isn't a flaw but a trait of a winner. Shedeur, Deion adds, is a workaholic, and sometimes people forget what he's accomplished here at CU. As the NFL draft draws closer, Deion is certain of one thing: we've already won. Shedeur's getting drafted. He's going in the 1st round. For Deion, this isn't just about stats or criticism. It's about legacy and the unshakable belief that his sons are destined for greatness. Despite the doubts, he knows Shedeur is built for the challenges ahead, both on and off the field. Shedeur Sanders forced to break silence as Deion Jr.'s defense on family fails to stop upcoming NFL draft horror. Shedeur Sanders led the Colorado Buffaloes to a 9-4 season and looked ready to join the NFL. Several drafts initially touted him to be under the top 2 to 3 picks, and the future looked bright. In fact, ESPN's Field Yates initially even gave Shedeur the second position, going to the Titans at number 4, but cracks started to emerge slowly in Shedeur's draft case. The QB's Alamo Bowl performance certainly didn't help his case, and snubbing the NFL scouting combine had its severe aftereffects. Come February, and Shedeur Sanders' draft stock started to take a massive hit. Sports Illustrated's mock draft came, and the QB fell even out of the touted top 5 picks. Then came the opinions of the scouts who criticized the player for his public comments and the interview he gave at the scouting combine, which was dubbed arrogant by many. Other QBs like Jackson Dart and Jalen Milroe started to edge Shedeur in many mock drafts. Now the QB has seen even more downfall come March and April. The Athletic, in one of their pieces, reported that many major scouts and teams were giving Shedeur day 2 grades. Moreover, the QB's sack susceptibility was highlighted, and his padding of the BLL became an issue. Now, Shedeur Sanders has been given another blow in a recent mock draft by CBS Sports' Jonathan Jones, who released his only mock draft on April 22nd. Shedeur Sanders was not selected in the first round at all. Interestingly, no QB other than Cam Ward, who is going as the first pick to the Titans, has made Jones' list. This, along with other downgrading draft projections, seemed to have irked Shedeur. He posted a screenshot of his scouting rating by 247 Sports as a high school prospect that graded him 3 stars and 37th rank in the QB position nationally. The former Buffs QB wrote, "One thing you gotta understand, I'm used to the disrespect." The Buffs QB was talking about the disrespect perpetrated against him by several media outlets, and he even tagged 247 Sports in his story. Sure, Sanders was ranked 37th nationally in his position and was a 3-star prospect when Jackson State recruited him in the 2021 class. The QB proved everyone wrong just in his first season, and as a true freshman, notched up more than 3,000 yards passing for 30 touchdowns. Later in 2022, he backed it up with an even stellar performance of 3,723 passing and 173 rushing yards and 46 TDs. He came to Buffs thereafter, and we know his story, how it ended, right? Deion Sanders Jr. comes in Shedeur Sanders' defense. In a recent video posted by Emmanuel Aiko, who is a prominent voice on social media and a former NFL linebacker, he argued that Jackson Dart should be QB2 behind Cam Ward. Jackson Dart's case is also curious, as the Ole Miss QB has made significant strides in rising through the draft ranks and ultimately becoming a hot commodity. But Aiko projected Dart even above Shedeur, which didn't go down well with the Buffs QB's elder brother. Aiko posted a video where Dart is showing throwing deep balls in a man-marking defense. The former NFL linebacker praises Dart for his reading of the defense and throwing a perfect throw, and even said, "Look at the ball placement, look at it. This is a Dart bomb touchdown." The throw was undoubtedly great as the ball lands effortlessly in the end zone in the hands of a tightly marked receiver. Deion Jr. replied with a simple statement, "I was blind, but now I see," and posted an emoji saying, "Shut the F up." The reply was undoubtedly brief, but did its job, sparking discussions on the internet about Aiko's intent by taking Shedeur's name for publicity. But this begs a question. Will Shedeur be the most unexpected draft pick on April 24th in Green Bay, Wisconsin?